Okay, so once you decide what to do in life, you can achieve everything. It is only you who can decide. Only you. Okay, that is why I said that you have to have a wish list of the company in which you want to get in. Okay. Okay, we are talking about ratio analysis. Now ratio analysis is what? Ratio means what? A comparison of one variable with respect to another variable. We are connecting only two parameters, asset, liability, debt, equity. Okay, we need two parameters. So we are checking performance of one over other, right? It could be, so there are two different types, right? Ratios are of two many types. When we see the financial statements, there could be one line item from P&L and other line item could be from balance sheet. Okay, for example, profit from P&L, asset from balance sheet. Two component, two different statements. We call it hybrid ratio. What we call it? Hybrid ratio. If we are taking same line item from same financial statement, that is the P&L, right? What we call it? The pure ratio. Pure ratio. Two different types of ratio. Sir, why this pure ratio? Why this hybrid ratio? Because when we see the balance sheet, we need opening and closing. Reason balance sheet is that statement which gives us information about the previous period to previous since the company started. Right, guys? Okay. And P&L is just 1 year performance or one accounting period performance. If it is 6 months, 6 month profit. If it is quarterly, quarterly profit. Okay. So now what we need to do, we need to understand few ratios. One is liquidity ratios. I said I have given just example of Kingfisher. Right? The company was in profit but suddenly collapsed. Reason? The company liquidity position was not good. Okay, so very first liquidity ratio. That ratio gives us information about the liquid position of a company, and the liquid position of a company. What is the most liquid form of asset? Anyone? Yes. Cash. Okay. So cash, we have to check cash, the most liquid form of asset. The other less than cash, less liquid than cash. I hope you know the format of balance sheet. Yes or no? There are current asset and current liabilities. Okay. So this current asset and current liabilities basically form the base for liquidity ratios. And you want to check the liquidity position of a company, you need to see the current asset and current liability. Now, what are the components of current asset and current liabilities? Current asset and current liabilities. What are current assets? Examples. Inventories. Yes. And apart from cash, right? Cash is the most liquid asset, right? Yes, yes. Current asset. Inventory. Receivables. Yes. Prepaid expenses. Yes or no? Yes. So these are current assets. Those assets which can be converted into cash quickly within 1 year. Current asset, current liabilities, those liabilities which we need to pay in one accounting period of 1 year, right? So that is current liabilities. Example of current liability quickly.
Bills payable.
Bills payable, very good. Short term? Short term. Yes.
Outstanding expenses like rent and
So these are current liabilities. Current ratios are those ratios which take these current asset and current liability into consideration. Question is not like I am giving you questions, you are solving it, right? Logics you need to. So from where the current liquid position of a company can be judged. So you have to say that it is coming from current asset and current liabilities. Current asset and current liabilities. Correct? Yes or no? Next is the ratio, profitability ratio. Okay, let's take profitability ratio. Profitability ratio are those ratios which talks about the profitability of the firm. Simple. Yes or no?
Yes.
Three types of profit that I have explained at the time when I was explaining P&L. Number one, gross profit. Number two, operating profit.
Operating profit.
Number three,
Net profit.
net profit. Right? So three different levels, three different profits. Right? Apart from that, the company want to check, or the shareholders want to check their return on asset, return on equity. Right? These ratios are also coming. As an owner, I want to know that how much I am getting. Return on equity. Right? As a business, I want to check how the companies are using their asset. Okay? How much revenue they are generating and how much asset they are generating. Okay? Return on asset. Right? For every 1 rupees of revenue, how much asset the company, asset is utilized, right? For every 1 rupees of earning, how much I have employed capital, or return on capital employed. So these are returns ratios, profitability ratios. This gives us about what I am getting at the end. Yes. Next is leverage ratio. Leverage ratio. Yes. What is leverage ratio? Shows the riskiness. Yes or no? How much the company have taken borrowed fund, outside fund. Yes or no? So borrowed fund, company taken. Why it shows riskiness? Because we have to pay interest. Yes or no? We have to pay interest, which is compulsory liability. Compulsory liability. Otherwise, the bank will come and seize your assets. Okay, that is why it is risky. Alright, that is why many companies just collapse because of this reason only. They were not able to repay the loan or interest on time, and they have to shut down their business. Example, IFS, Kingfisher, right? So these are some examples that actually happens in the market. And company were doing very good business. Okay? Got it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so in which we have to check the debt equity portion of a company, which shows the capital structure. If there is high equity, then there is also a problem. It simply shows that honest domination over the company that other stakeholder did, other shareholders don't want that. That's it. So if it's too high ownership stake in a business, that is also not preferred, or simply means why they are not taking, is it the reason that the company is not having good repaying capacity? Then their companies, why companies are afraid of loan, taking debt. So there is a proper mix of debt and equity. There should always be a proper mix of debt and equity. Okay, debt portion should not be too much. Equity portion should not be 70, 30, 60, 40 is an ideal mix up that you can expect from a company. We can say it's a balanced company. Okay. Fourth important parameters which we can judge with the help of ratio is liquidity ratio. Is not liquidity, sorry, it's activity ratio. Turnover ratio. Right? Why turnover ratios? Operational efficiency of a company. How company is good in converting their raw material into finished good. Raw material into finished good. We'll talk about this now. But inventory turnover, debtors turnover, creditors turnover, asset turnover, right? So this everything is used in a day-to-day routine of the business. Very importantly, now talking about the inventory, because now from here we can talk about the concept working capital. See, remember we need to understand the source, from where this concept is coming. If I just simply say, sir, so understood the concept of working capital. So working capital, what is working capital? Why it is required? Inventory management. Okay. So very important ratios, turnover ratios, in which we found that inventory turnover is very important, which shows the production efficiency of a company. Production efficiency of a company. And how fast you can take the raw material, convert it to finished good and sell this product in the market. Okay, and get the cash out. Okay, because selling, revenue and cash are two different things. Always different. Okay, accrual concept of accounting. Yes or no? You can sell it on credit, cash will come later, but we will record. We will record. Okay, tell me one thing. If I am saying that revenue can be recorded once we delivered the goods or we delivered the services, right? Then only we can record the revenue. That is accrual principle. It is clear. What about expenses? What about expenses? In generating revenue, I must make some expenses, yes or no?
Yes.
So suppose in January month, I sell something on 25th of January. Okay? And I didn't receive the payment. I received the payment in the month of February. But I will record revenue in January because the service has been rendered or the goods have been dispatched in January month. So that will be recorded. But in generating those revenue, I have made some raw material, some expenses, right? Direct or indirect. When I will record that expenses? In January or in February? In January only. Matching principles of accounting. उसी पीरियड में हमें उसे रिकॉर्ड करना है जिस पीरियड में रेवेन्यू जनरेट हुआ था वो जिस पीरियड में हमने उस चीज को डिलीवर किया. But it's very important to second important principle of accounting is matching principle. Got it? We have to match that duration. ये कब एक्सपेंस हुआ और उसको उसी पीरियड में रिकॉर्ड करेंगे. Got it? Yes or no?
Yes.
So talking about working capital. Working capital. What do you mean by working capital?
The
Yes,
money for business uses to keep things moving every day. The money for business uses to keep things money moving every day.
Okay. Okay. The money utilized in day-to-day routine activities. Yes. Day-to-day operations, routine activities. Okay. So that is working capital. Okay. Can anybody say or can give any response related to the working capital cycle of account? What is working capital cycle? Yes. Working capital you have defined correctly because you know the definition. Yes or no? As an interview, would I want definition? No, I want logic. So what is the logic? Question you should raise in your mind when you just see the concept. You should ask yourself. तो वर्किंग कैपिटल के डेफिनेशन समझ में आ गई. डे टू डे एक्सपेंसेस में खर्च करने वाली चीजों को वर्किंग कैपिटल बोलते हैं. ठीक है. वर्किंग कैपिटल साइकिल बोला तो साइलेंस, जबकि ये वर्किंग कैपिटल डेफिनेशन का पार्ट है. ठीक है. स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम रॉ मटेरियल, ओके, रॉ मटेरियल से फिनिश गुड बनने के बीच की एक प्रोसेस है. व्हाट वी कॉल इट? वर्किंग प्रोग्रेस. रॉ मटेरियल, वर्किंग प्रोग्रेस, फिनिश गुड, देन सेल. अच्छा, रॉ मटेरियल के पहले का कुछ है?
Yes, sir.
क्या? What cash? Okay. If I am selling goods, I am giving you hint. If I am selling goods on credit, if I am selling goods on credit, buy raw material on cash?
No, sir.
सर चेक करते हैं कि हमारे पास कितना रॉ मटेरियल है इसके बाद उस पर ऑर्डर
Okay, that is inventory management. I'm not talking about that. See, listen. If I am selling my finished goods on credit, I'm saying my debtors are created, receivables are credited when I'm selling it. Okay, जिनसे मैंने raw material खरीदा था, क्या मैंने उन्हें कैश दिया था या उससे भी कुछ क्रेडिट लिया हो गया? So accounts payables are generated. I have also taken raw materials on credit. Then only I can sell it on credit. Otherwise, there will be a problem. If I am buying on cash, selling on credit, then there will again a problem, shortfall of cash. So I need to manage it. I need to manage it. Accounts payable duration should be less than receivable or more than receivable. Accounts payable. See, my credit policy. I am framing my credit policy. Another time you should write credit policy. Credit policy of a company. How much time period I should take from my supplier and how much time period I should give to my customers. Which should be more? The time period. The time period I need to pay should be more. See, I am आपसे उधार लेके किसी और को उधार देना है. That is a simple logic. आपसे उधार लेके मुझे किसी और को उधार देना है. तो मैं आपसे ज्यादा टाइम पीरियड मांगूंगा या उसको ज्यादा पाएंगे? Okay. So this is creditors or debtors. The two time period. The two time period. Very important. Debtor days, creditor days. Debtor days and creditor days. Creditor days should always be higher than debtor days. Reason? Because creditors are those to whom I need to pay. So if I have taken 65 days from creditors, okay, I should receive the fund in 45 days. So my debtor days should always be less than 45 days में पैसा आएगा, 65 days में मुझे पेमेंट करना. Are you getting my point? Okay, so starting the working capital cycle from creditor days. Okay, उससे उधार लिया, then raw material will come in my premise, and then I will go for the production. It will be converted into WIP, then will convert into finished goods, then I will sell it to my clients or customers and get the receivables and get the fund, and then I pay to my payables, and then payables. उसके बाद जैसे ये साइकिल payables के बाद जाएगा, he will release the another lot of inventory, और ये साइकिल पूरा ऐसा चलता रहेगा. That is working capital cycle. आया समझ में?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Working capital logic. Okay, so इन सब को इसको वर्किंग कैपिटल साइकिल कंपनी के लिए अगर ये साइकिल कहीं रुकती है तो वो पेबल्स और receivables, creditor days or debtor days. If you want to efficiently manage it, things must be on time, and which is very difficult to manage practically. Right? If you are doing business, now someone is in business, this is the most difficult task that they have to manage. Okay, if you ask, the pain of getting fund or getting things on time is very, very difficult and challenging for a businessman. Okay, guys. Any doubt in working capital? Working capital, if I ask you what is working capital cycle, can you give me the answer now? Can you calculate the number of days?
Yes.
Creditor days? Okay. तो अब इसको हम इजीली क्या कर सकते हैं, फ्रेम कर सकते हैं. It should be there in your mind. So 2-3 logics have been discussed today related to the ratios, related to the working capital. I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this? No doubt. No doubt. Then ask question. If you don't ask, I will ask. Sir, how much time?
Sir, we have 15 minutes.
Okay.
Sir, shall I take the attendance
Yeah, sure.
in 2 minutes?